Hello guys, Strogder here again with another Redstone tutorial. Today we'll be building my Minecart station version 4. If you didn't see the showcase video yesterday, I'll go through what it does quickly. It's basic Minecart station. If you've seen my other ones, it does basically the same things. Few new features, a lot smaller. But basically you can select different destinations. When you press a new one, the old one that was selected will auto reset. If you want a manual reset, we got a button down here for it. When you pick your station and you're ready to go, you step on this pressure plate. It will dispense a minecart, and once you get in, it will automatically send you on your way. When you come back, it will send you on the departure bay or the arrival bay. And when the minecart hits the cactus, it gets sucked up by the hopper, breaks and gets sucked up by the hopper, and there's a hopper chain right underneath this that feeds into a dropper that's underneath this dispenser. And yeah, that's basically all it does. It's a lot smaller than my old one, so let's go ahead and get to the tutorial then. Okay guys, the stuff that you'll need is partially in the hotbar. We'll switch out to the rest of the stuff as we need it. But you'll basically just need some full blocks, redstone dust, redstone torches, redstone repeaters, buttons. You don't need the block of redstone yet. Quartz slabs, redstone lamps, and you don't need the minecarts yet. So basically, we're going to start off with our buttons. And you're going to do that by putting up 2 blocks, full blocks up like this. Then you skip a space and put another 2. And so on. And we're going to do a 4 station or a 4 location station. But after you get those, you put your buttons on top of that, and then you'll go ahead and put redstone lamps on top of those. On the back here, we're going to put a block right on the ground. The button's on this block, so it's actually a block below the button. On top of those, we're going to put repeaters just on 1 tick. If you don't know how repeaters work, 1 tick is just nothing. You don't press it at all. So it's just the default setting on the repeater. From there, we're going to put redstone dust on the ground here. Full blocks on top of the redstone dust. Full blocks on the side of the redstone dust. Go ahead and put a dust there and a dust there. And you're going to dig down here a little trench, and this is going to be used for later. But we'll go ahead and just get that started, because we're going to end up covering that with blocks here in a minute. Go ahead and put a block there to cut off the dust, this dust from these 2 lines right here. Okay, getting back to our NOR latches, we're going to take redstone torches, put them on the side of the back of those blocks. From those torches, you're going to put redstone repeaters on default tick delay, which is 1. From those repeaters, put a block in front of them and a block on top of them. And if you don't know how to put blocks on top of repeaters without switching their delay, just crouch. You can do that. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way, where you place all of them and then just delete the other block. Probably be a little bit faster than trying to crouch the whole way through. We're going to go ahead and put redstone dust on these blocks here. Then we're going to put blocks on top of those. Then come into this side, we're going to put redstone torches on this block right there. And you can see they turn off because this is powered. Now we're going to put redstone dust here. And this is the last part you have to, this is the final part. You got to do this last. Because otherwise your torches, if you try, here I'll show you. If you try putting a torch here instead of a dust last, you're going to make a 1 clock. And you don't want to do that. So you're going to want to make sure you place this dust last. Okay, so that's basically the NOR latch is done. Now we just need to hook them up to the lights, and to do that we're going to put a block behind each of the lamps and simply put redstone dust going into those blocks, and that will hook up your lamps. So now they will switch over when I press the button, but they won't auto reset, and that's what we're going to have to do next. So now you're going to want to get out a dropper. You'll want to get out a hopper. And you're going to want to get out a comparator. And this is to make a monostable circuit, which is something that just activates on edges. And if you don't know what those are, it's advanced redstone stuff. Don't worry about it. But basically, you're going to put a dropper here. Put a dropper facing up, just in front of the block that you placed earlier. Then you crouch down and jump and place a hopper directly into your stupid cow. Directly into your dropper. Inside your hopper, put one item. Doesn't matter what it is. Just put one. And then out of this hopper, you're going to put a comparator. Next to the comparator, you're going to put a repeater. Front of the repeater, you're going to put a block. And then right here, you're just going to continue the blocks all the way across. So put a block in between each of these. And then just put redstone dust all along here. And this will automatically reset your selector panel. So now if I press this, it will turn on. If I press this one will turn off, and this one will turn on, and so on. Now just to get a manual reset in, and to do that we just put a button into this monostable circuit, because this monostable circuit is attached to our reset line. So putting any power to that will reset our NOR latches. And that's actually why we got this line right here. This line will be going into the block directly underneath that dropper, and when power gets put to this line, it will reset it too, and that's important for our detector rails later. Okay, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, just doing a little make it look a little bit better. Nothing redstone related is going to be changed. I'm basically just going to go around and get a little barrier set up, and I will be back when I get that done. Okay guys, I'm back. As I said, I didn't do anything special, just cleaned this up, made it look a little bit better. Okay, on the back side of here, out of these blocks that have the redstone dust on them, you're going to put one redstone dust right in front of them. Notice how this connects. We don't want that, so put a full block there. And we will be digging underneath this like that. So dig down another one right here, because we're going to have to go underneath this wall. And you're going to put your wall down right here. Now these blocks right here, 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 and here are all being powered, which means we're ready to start putting our tracks down. So now we're going to need redstone. We're going to need redstone blocks. We'll actually need some of this stuff again, but we'll get back to it. This is the order I like building in for whatever reason. But we're going to go ahead and grab our tracks and stuff. So we're going to need powered rails. We're going to need regular rails. We're going to need detector, or not activator rails, detector rails, this one. And yeah, we'll need full blocks and redstone blocks. So, well, I guess you don't really need full blocks if you're doing this on a flat world, because I'm just going to replace the grass with the white blocks. So I'll do that off screen. But basically nope, never mind. You're going to want to put redstone block there, and then skip one, and keep on doing that on each of them. Now on this one right here, we're going to have redstone dust coming through here like this. Problem with that is if we put a redstone block right there, it powers it, and we don't want that. So you're going to dig down an additional one right here, and then that's how your redstone line's going to go. And then you come back up one right here. That's just so this doesn't interfere with the power. So we'll continue that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get these. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut, and I'll get the pattern that you'll need with these. And I'll do that off screen to save some time. Okay guys, this is what your pattern should look like. Basically right on this corner, and if you didn't notice, I put blocks right here just on the side of this, and then I extended this out. So if you put your first redstone block right here, or just off the side of where the power's coming from on this, that's all you need to do. Then you just do a texture or a checkerboard pattern, and just do that on the first two blocks that going this way. So what we're going to do, you put regular rails where the power is going into the blocks, and then you're going to take powered rails and put them below them first, and then you start putting them to the side. And you see how that just switched? This is going to the right, and now we put it here. That means they default to the left in this case, which means our departure bay is going to be on this side and our arrival bay is going to be on this side. If your tracks point the other way, that means you want to reverse where your departure bay and your arrival bays are. It's basically the only thing you really have to worry about with this build. Okay, so we got those. Next we're going to put our activator rails. So we're going to dig right in front of this powered rail, two down. Oh, no, not three down. Don't dig down three, just two. And then dig all the way over to your last powered rail. So right here. And since I'm going to replace these corners with white blocks anyways, that's how we'll do it. Next you're going to put redstone dust all the way across here. And it should connect to your middle line, if you were following along. And basically this is the line that the activator rails are going to power. So when the cart goes on those, it will send power to those and reset the whole thing. So when you leave, it will automatically reset what station is selected, and it will go to none. So just place blocks across there and finish putting those. You don't have to put any more rails after this. On this one, I have these little bays just so I can test it out and go through and then go back. But on it, you don't have to. These will go to wherever you want them to end up going. So if you want it to go to a mob farm, go to a mob farm, and so on. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and replace a few more blocks for the next section. So I will be right back. Okay guys, I just replaced basically these blocks were just grass and I replaced them because I wanted to make it look nice for you guys. I won't end up putting the glass and stuff around this. And in fact, this is just for the tutorial honestly, and that's because the maps are already saved and ready to be set out. So what you're going to do next, we got to do this first so we can tell which way the minecart station goes, and that's so we can figure out which way we need our arrival and departure bays being. So since they're going this way default with everything off, we need our departure bay over here, and that's the first one we're going to do. So what you're going to do is on the corner of this wall, you're going to dig down 2, you're going to dig over 1, and those 2 blocks, you know, down. So basically you're going to have a 2 by 2 or a 2 by 3 by 2 hole. So 2 this way, 3 this way, and 2 high. And this is going to be where our departure bay is. So you're going to want to put a block right there and a block right there. Next, you're going to put right underneath this block, and this is where our pressure plate's going to end up going. We're going to put redstone dust like this in a little L shape. Then we're going to take a repeater and face it this way. And in front of that repeater, we're going to put a block. It has to be a full block. Actually, I lied. You do not want this to be a block. We're going to go ahead and grab a few more things. We definitely don't need any more detector rails. We will need more power rails later and some more. So let's see, we're going to need a dispenser. We're going to need a dropper. We're going to need some hoppers. And that's for this side. That's it for this side, I believe. So first you're going to take a dropper and make sure this is a dropper. The first one down has to be a dropper. I can't stress that enough. So put a dropper right here facing straight up. Then you switch to a dispenser. Don't put 2 droppers because a dropper does not dispense a minecart on a track. So from that dropper, you're going to put crouch and place a hopper right in, crouch and place a dispenser right on top of the dropper, like so. And actually, we can delete this for now. We'll put that back. It's just easier to get stuff going because we got other stuff we need to do. So what you're going to do on the next block over from this redstone dust is dig down 1. You're going to place a repeater. You're going to dig over 2 because you're going to want to put another block there. And I'll just dig this for right now. Go on a block in front of the repeater. And then you're going to want to put a redstone dust just on the side of that block. And then you're going to delete this block. So there's a block on the side, actually here. So you're going to put a dust in front of this block, a block right next to this dust, a redstone torch right on top of this block. I almost forgot, this repeater I would put on 2 ticks. It sometimes works on 1 tick, but sometimes it will get sent off without you. And needless to say, you don't want to do that. You can go ahead and replace your block here. In fact, this whole mechanism is done. So you can place your block there, and I'll put some grass there. So that mechanism's done. And we'll put the tracks down here in a minute. Next, we're going to need to put hoppers. So you're going to dig down 2, right in front of your panel. And then you're going to dig all the way over to where your arrival bay is supposed to be. So one more. This is where our arrival bay is. So going from the dropper, you're going to crouch and place hoppers going into the dropper, and then hoppers going into the hopper just before it. And you keep on doing that. This is called a hopper chain. Let's see. We'll crouch, place the last one. Make sure your last one is in line where your track will be. And then you're going to finally place one more right into the last one of your chain. And that's all you need to do with that part. You can replace your blocks right here. And you can go ahead and place your block there. To finish off your arrival bay, you're going to go ahead and grab some sand. And shouldn't need those anymore. I don't know why I went in there. It's in here, obviously. You're going to grab some sand and a cactus, and you're going to want a half slab. And I'll show you what that half slab is for. Except for some reason I can't remember where stuff is today. Yeah, I'm still not feeling the greatest. I'm feeling good enough to get this done for you guys, but yesterday I was just feeling terrible. So right in front of this hopper, you're going to place a... Wow, that's weird. That's a graphical glitch. Look, if you look right there, it's dark, but you place that, now it's light. In fact, I think that's how it's supposed to look, but yeah, it's just graphically glitched. Anyways, put a sand just in front of it, a cactus on top of that, and then a half slab on top of that. And that's so you don't run into the cactus yourself. And since your pressure plate will be right here, and we're going to have to do that, you're not going to want to accidentally jump if you have auto jump on. So I like to place a half slab there. And we are going to need a pressure plate. I would use a stone one so you don't accidentally throw items. It can't be a gold or iron one. You could modify this to get it to work, but yeah, it's not really necessary. Okay, so let's place the rest of the tracks. We'll go ahead and get our tracks out. So we're going to need powered rails. We are going to need regular rails, and we're going to want redstone blocks. So this block right here is being powered by that redstone torch. So when we put powered rails there and there, it's not on, but when we put it there, they're all 3 on. And that torch will turn off when you stand on that pressure plate, so when the cart gets dispensed, it doesn't go away. But when you get in, the pressure plate releases and you get sent on your way. To make sure these don't get powered by the other powered rails, put a little buffer of 1 regular rail. Then you just go ahead and place your power rails and a corner regular rail, and then just put underneath one of those rails a redstone block. It doesn't really matter where you put it as long as they're all getting powered. So that's that side. This side, we're just going straight power rails all the way down. So I'll put one rail there, and then place power rails here. And then somewhere put a redstone block to power them. And then power rails the rest of the way. You got to crouch to place a power rail on top of the hopper. Same thing with that dispenser over there. That should be our entire station. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and do this, because that way we'll at least be able to go back. The easiest way to load this up isn't to just put minecarts into the system, it's to actually take minecarts and put them right here, and they just automatically get shot off because you're not stepping on the pressure plate, and then they'll go over there and get sucked into the system. So as you can see, I didn't put any minecarts into the system yet other than the ones that are going through that hopper. This is also a good test to make sure that our hopper chain and stuff is working. We don't really need that many, but okay, so let's get our test. So we press that, it switches over, switches over, switches over, good. Turns off, good. Let's pick number 3. Let's step on this. As you can see, it dispenses. You go ahead and click on ride and it goes. Sends us to the 3rd bay. And then if we go back, it hits the minecart, or it hits the cactus, and the minecart goes back into the system. And we'll go ahead and try it out on one more just to show you. As you can see, the light's on, and as the minecart goes over there, it will auto reset for you, and I'll show you that. So since we hit the detector rail, the whole system resetted, and as you can see, no lights are on. So yeah, that's the entire tutorial. That's all there is to it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for future redstone tutorials. I do have a request. If you could maybe put some stuff in the comments that you would maybe like to see now that the redstone update is out. Well, not fully out, the beta is out at least. If you want to see anything in particular, please let me know, and I will get on to trying to build it if I haven't already started on a version of what you want. Yeah. I will see you guys next time, and have a good day. Bye.